What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account, and you click it, you could become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers from me react to, so click the link. Now, with that being said, we are here today to review the 2021 Matrix Resurrection, aka Matrix 4. Now, I'm going to just come out the gate and tell you off top, I didn't think that this movie should have been made. I didn't think that it should have been even thought about, but the fact that they made it, I have to watch it and I have to review it. So this is an HBO Max exclusive. You can also go to the movie theater and watch it. Your choice, but me personally, if you have HBO Max, yeah, I would recommend just watching it on there. But this is one of those movies that, because of the scaling of it, because of the effects and the fighting and things like that, this movie feels like it's a freaking theater movie, you know? It feels like it should be watched in like Dolby with a real loud sound system and a big screen, and every punch makes the room shake. This is that type of movie, but at the same time, I don't think the movie's good enough in order to for you to take your hard-earned money and actually pay to go see this movie. And I'm going to tell you why you should not pay to see this movie. Simply said, the movie's not that good. It's pretty trash. But let's go ahead and get into why it is trash. But first and foremost, I'm going to tell you about the one good quality of the movie. The only good quality of this movie has is the fighting. The fighting choreography in most of the movie is pretty on point, right? But that's pretty much where the line gets drawn in the sand. I just didn't like, outside of the fighting, I really didn't give a damn about any of this movie, right? In most of the Matrix movies, you have the main actor, Keanu Reeves, who is surrounded by characters that you somewhat care about. They somewhat got a cool appearance. They somewhat make you like actually want them to survive. Every single character, I didn't even know their names. Like most of the people in the other Matrix movies, I kind of had an idea of some people's names or whatever like that. This movie, you don't feel attached to any of the characters. You don't feel like you want to remember any of their names. You don't care if they live or if they die. Like, I don't even remember what the blue-haired chick's name. And she said her name like 15,000. Do you remember the blue-haired chick's name? Nope, exactly. That's what I thought. We don't remember the blue-haired chick's name. I don't remember whatsoever, right? The only three people I remember is Morpheus, Trinity, and Neo. That's it, you know? And that's the only the characters on the good guys team that you remember. Which reminds me that this movie has a lot of reoccurring characters from the film's trilogy or franchise. It has so many characters that come back from different storylines, and you get introduced to them and all that good shit, right? But is that enough to save this movie? Hell no, it's not, because it's not even like these characters are a central focus. It doesn't feel like they don't even really give much to the storyline. Which reminds me, the storyline. The storyline's also not really that good. The movie kind of plays out as it kind of comes off like it's trying to be a reboot, right? And about 30 minutes in, you realize that, oh shit, this is actually a sequel, right? It does a good job at trying to hide the fact that this movie shouldn't have been done by trying to come up with a decent plot line in order to make the viewer want to find out what's going on, or want to kind of take this journey with them, but at the same time, you feel like this journey is nothing more than a cash grab, which this movie absolutely is, without a doubt. You know, it really felt like the announcing of this movie came out of nowhere, and out of nowhere it was in production, and out of nowhere it was finished, and then boom, it was going to get put on HBO Max. So the fact that all of this happened, it seemed like spontaneously, like within a small time frame, it really made you feel like, you know what, this movie's probably going to be really fucking bad, you know? The CGI in the movie is okay because this is a very CGI-driven movie. You know, it's okay, it's fine. But at the same time, there's characters in this movie that you're reintroduced to that don't look the same. So we all know it. The elephant in the room. Yahya is now Morpheus, right? They do a pretty decent job at trying to explain why Yahya is Morpheus. But at the same time, it's pretty stupid because Yahya's character is nowhere near Morpheus. It really feels like he's joking about actually being Morpheus, and he makes it seem like being Morpheus is a joke within itself. And it feels like he doesn't take the character seriously. How are you not going to take this character seriously that you're supposedly based on, right? Because when you find out why Yahya is Morpheus, you're gonna realize what I'm talking about. But the fact that you're based on who Morpheus is. You're supposed to be kind of like in a weird way, like a reincarnation of Morpheus, and you act nothing like him. Morpheus was cool, calm, and collected, very serious. Yaya's fucking arm flaily and happy and jokey and shit. It just doesn't fit the character whatsoever. And who else we got? Then you have Agent Smith makes a return in this movie, right? Agent Smith makes a return in this movie, and it's not who you think it is, right? He's being played by somebody else. They also give you a reason of why he's being played by somebody else, but the new actor, although he's kind of fun and quirky, he does not give you the serious vibes that Agent Smith did. The stoic stone face that Agent Smith had, like, it was just something else. This dude reminds me of like Daniel Tosh or something. Like, I really felt like he just was a comedian, and I'm just watching. I'm like, that looks like Daniel Tosh. It wasn't Daniel Tosh, but he looks just like him, and I felt like he was going to make a joke, and sort of they made a joke. It feels like they made a joke about the character. Now, in regards to everything else in the movie, Trinity, right? I don't like, and this is a spoiler. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you right off the gate. This is a spoiler. Just kind of like turn the volume down for like a minute and then turn it back up, because I'm about to go into a quick spoiler real quick. All right. So at the end of the movie, Trinity gets powers like Neo. I don't know how I feel about that. I really felt like that was really fucking stupid. Like, there was no real explanation of why she got powers. I remember this whole idea being based off of Neo being the one. There was never talked about the unison, the duo, the couple, the marriage, any of that. You know, it's just all of a sudden she gets powers, and then low key she was kind of like more OP than Neo. Like, it seemed like Neo was kind of taking a back seat and kind of letting her do her thing. That shit's kind of weird when I see movies do that, because it feels forced and it doesn't feel organic at all, right? It just was like this chick was just like comatose in a fucking pod, and all of a sudden she comes back, she shakes off the cobwebs, and she's better than Neo. She learns how to fly before Neo learns how to fly. And Neo's been shaking off the cobwebs much sooner than she has. But all of a sudden she knows how to fly before he's able to remember how to fly. Makes absolutely no sense. Now, that's the end of that. So, when we go on the storyline, like I said, a lot of the movie is based, the movie goes Matrix, base, back to the Matrix, right? A lot of stuff on the base really felt like it felt kind of like forced. It didn't feel really organic. It just felt like it was just there to try to like fill in the blanks of the movie, right? It's just like, okay, well, we're just going to fill in the little plot holes here, there, here, and let us fill you in on what you've been missing, right? There's also a plot line in the story where they introduce Jada Pinkett's character, and this conflict that she has with some of the other cast members of the other characters in the movie, it seems so fucking fake. Like, it seems like it was just forced just to like kill 30 minutes in the movie, because the conflict is resolved virtually like instant, and it was just solved by somebody just speaking up and saying something. It was one of the most stupidest plot points of this movie, and it really felt like they could have just erased that out of the movie. Maybe they just wanted to give Jada Pinkett a little bit more screen time. I don't fucking know, but I felt like it was a complete waste of my time as a viewer. Overall, like I said, and the movie is setting up possibly to continue with sequels. And me personally, I don't feel like this movie should continue. This movie shouldn't have even been made. So why do I want to see a sequel? Why do I want to see any more of this movie? You should have just left it alone with Matrix 3. I mean, even the sequels to Matrix, The Matrix came out, and then it had two sequels that weren't as good as the original. Like, they're way lackluster when it comes to when it comes to the original. So it's like, why are you going to continue to try to make more sequels if the sequels that you made to the original weren't that good? I don't understand. I really don't understand the concept and the logic behind this thinking. But, like, again, this is Hollywood. Hollywood lacks creativity. They lack originality. So it's all about reboots, sequels, and random-ass sequels way down the line, you know? This is what Hollywood does, and honestly, I'm not surprised. And this movie is a dud. So here on the Cinema Chop Shop, we grade movies in 3 ways. Count it 3 ways. Either you get bodied and sent to the bowels of hell, and I say your movie's basura, trash, garbage, all of that good stuff. Or I'll tell you your movie was meh, más o menos, mid-grade, mid-range, all that. Or I'll tell you that your movie is spared, and that means your movie's good, awesome, terrific. Everybody should go see it. Buy a ticket, buy 2 tickets, buy 3 tickets. This movie obviously is getting bodied.
Get what you fucking deserve! I just caught me a mean body!
Yeah, you heard it, folks. I am bodying this movie. I just couldn't get behind this really illogical storyline and didn't know if it wanted to be a sequel or a reboot, or it wrapped itself in a fucking love story between Neo and Trinity for way too long. And it's just like, I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I didn't expect much. And usually when I come into movies with low expectations, I usually get blown away slightly, just a little bit. They do a little bit better than I think. But today, I was right. The movie was trash. It was bad. You should stay away from it. Don't buy a ticket to go see this movie. Don't spend your hard-earned money. If you can, watch it on HBO Max. If you can in other ways, by all means, go ahead and do it. But I personally would not buy this movie. I would not watch this movie. I don't think it's something that should be in your catalog. Now, if they offer you a Matrix complete collection and just by some means this movie falls into that collection and it's at a great discount, maybe you could get it. But at the same time, anything revolving this movie to me should be avoided, like the Black Plague, like AIDS, HIV, hepatitis C, and all that other shit. Scary shit, you know? Anyway, that's my review. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. I hope you guys are having a magnificent day. And adios, homies.